Hello everyone, it's NoodleHouse here, we're back in Chaos Child, so let's continue with the weirdness and see how much further we can get. I believe that we're getting close to an ending. It makes sense if we're getting close to an ending. I don't know how far away we are, I don't know how it's going to end, but we're getting close, I think, and we'll see. The sunset early in late autumn. Just like I'd said over lunch, there was no club meeting that day. I had a short conversation with Serika and then headed straight for Albadorm. Even so, it was already starting to get dark, and it was easy to imagine some hidden attacker lurking in the shadows. There was more than just fear inside me now. Of course, I was afraid of the murderer. I was afraid of being killed in some horrible way and of dying in incredible pain. But I could also feel a black rage rearing its ugly head inside me. You're going to pay for what you did to Yui. Whoever the fuck you are, I'll find you and I will tear you into tiny bloody little shreds. Those feelings grew inside me with each passing moment. Oh, you're Takuru Miyashiro, right? Can we talk to you for a minute? You were the first person to find the body, right? What was it like? The media was still camped outside Albadorm. Actually, because of what happened with Yui, there were more of them than ever. And now that we were the victims, in their minds, that made us the more self-appointed, heroic defenders. They'd gotten even bolder. They say it was your best friend who was the killer, is that right? You must be shocked, aren't you? How do you want him to apologize to you? Why do you think your friend did this? Was there something bothering him? Shut up. You want me to do the same to you as he did to her? Several of the lights the reporters were holding shattered at the same time. Then I suddenly came to my senses, shocked at the strong impulse I'd felt in the eerie light of the dice orb was giving off. Today's still only November 2nd. Nothing will happen till the 4th, nothing. I pushed my way past the media and ran inside the dorm, repeating the words as if they were a magic spell. I'm back. I tried to calm myself down and act like nothing had happened. If Yuta heard yelling, it would only wake him up. Welcome back to Takuru. I see tiny little Yuki from the kitchen. We still weren't used to calling each other by our first names. Dinner's almost done. Thank you. None of us, including Dad, really wanted to eat anything, but she made dinner every night anyway. That was her only way of struggling against the sadness, I thought. Where are Dad and Kurisu? The doctor is at the police. It's about Yui. I see. Nono is taking care of Yuto in the exam room. Okay, Hayuki? Yes? It's fine for today, but 2 days from now, on the 4th, make sure you're not alone at any point in the time. Stay with everyone. Don't go outside no matter who tells you to. Got it? Does that include you, Takuru? That's right. Don't trust anyone. I remember what Aramura had said, and my heart ached a little. Uki mumbled to herself for a moment, seemingly considering my words, then she nodded. I'll go take a look at Yuto. Please tell Nono that dinner is ready too. I'll take care of Yuto. Got it. I left the dining room and quietly went down the stairs to the clinic. When I opened the door, Yuto was lying on bed and looking up at the ceiling. He was showing more emotion than he had been right after it happened, and he would answer when you spoke to him now. But he was being given strong psychotropics and spent most of the time asleep or barely alert. Yuto? Oh, welcome home. How you doing? Better. I'm fine now. He forced himself to smile, probably because he didn't want to worry me. But the muscles that controlled his face weren't working the way he wanted yet, and it looked like he was about to cry. Where's Kurisu? I looked around and didn't see her near the bed. Over there, she's asleep, so leave her alone. I found her at the desk where Dad kept his work computer. She was face down on the desk with her long hair covering the top half of her body. Her breathing was gentle and rhythmic. The computer was still on. She must have fallen asleep while working on it. Big sister Nono hasn't been sleeping much. She's been helping me, but she's also doing her student council work too. She's always sitting at the computer. I told her I'm fine now, but she won't listen. It's Dad's job to tell you when you're fine. That's true. Don't worry about stuff too much. Just focus on getting better. Neither of us would bring up Yui. We'd probably have to wait until Yuto was a lot more grown up. I tapped him on the shoulder, then grabbed the blanket off the other bed and softly walked over to Kurusu. Even with the heater on, I feared she might catch a cold if she slept in a place like this. But I fell silent when I saw what was on the computer screen. It was displaying several sites that dealt with the return of the new generation of madness. And the very front was a video from Don't Look at Me. It was paused at the moment where the victim realised he'd sliced up his own arm and passed out in a puddle of blood, tears and drool. There was a newly brought notebook next to her, filled with words of pretty handwriting. Some of it was names, locations and date times that overlapped with what she had on the map at the club room wall, but Kurusu had several sharp insights of her own. For example, Instant 2, why didn't the victim put on makeup for her last street performance? The mind controller is male, he didn't consider that the girl would need to put on makeup. Senri's ID card, no one but me knew I buried it under the memorial in remembrance of her. The killer had to read my mind to dig it up. The killers can read minds? Which means there are two killers, one who can read mind. One who can read mind. I don't think that's right, it should be mind read. And one who can control minds. Supports Takuru's multiple killers theory. There's page after page of it. And maybe she's put all this together in such a short time, but why? Oh. She must have sensed that I was staring at her because she moved a little. Her almond eyes slowly opened and she blinked several times. And then she raised her head to look at me. Oh, it's you, Takuru. Welcome back. I'm home. Here, have a blanket. You'll catch cold. Oh no, did I fall asleep? Then she seemed to realise her mistake. She quickly reached out her hand to turn off the computer monitor. I grabbed it. Listen, Takuru, this is... I refused to let go of her hands. What are you doing, Takuru? That's what I want to know. Don't tell me you're doing this for the student council. Kurusu flinched a little. This is the exact opposite of how things usually went between us. It was always me who did the flinching. It is. Like hell it is. You're hurting me, let go. But I kept holding on and glaring at her a little. At first she squirmed a little, but eventually her natural strong will won out, and she glared right back at me. I don't know how long we stayed like that, but surprisingly, it was Kurusu who gave up first. She silently put her other hand on top of mine. I'm sorry, so let me go. I relaxed my grip a little and shook her hand away. Why are you doing this on your own? You're not thinking of finding the real killer on your own, are you? And trying to keep the rest of us out of it? That's... You get mad if I did that, but you're allowed to? Are you allowed to? What if the killer comes after you, and you end up like Yui? I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. Takuru. Kurusu fell silent for a second after I spat out those words. And then she started to talk, hesitantly, as if she were uncertain of how to say what she was thinking. Remember when you said what you said before? That it was like the case was following you now? Yeah. It's the same for me. Ever since I learned that Senri was involved, she's been following me. Huh? Senri Minamisawa? What does she mean she was following her? Didn't she say she died in Shibuya earthquake? Then that was a lie, and Senri was after not only me, but Kurusu? She must have sensed my confusion because Kurusu shook her head. Senri died in the earthquake. I know that for a fact. What's chasing me is, I don't know how to describe it, her ghost. Huh? My mouth hung open as I struggled to understand what she just said. I never imagined she'd use an unscientific word like ghosts. What are you talking about? I don't understand. I'm sorry, this is all I can say right now. I don't have the courage to tell you. Her face twisted in sorrow. I see. There's still a lot of things you can't tell me, huh? By the time I realised what I said, it was too late. The pain in my heart had come back, and the words had slipped out of my mouth. Even after I'd sworn I was never going to say those words to her ever again. Just like I expected, she looked even sadder. Kurusu, no. That wasn't what I meant. But... I told you before, right? I'm different than who I used to be. And I'm right here in Albadorm, right? If I was still going to get mad or upset, I wouldn't come back. Kurusu sat down on the bed, exhausted. I suddenly realised that Yuto had left. It was dinner time after all, and he probably thought the two of us wanted to be alone. There was a long, long silence after that. Neither Kurusu nor I said a word. We just stared in different spots in the room. And eventually Kurusu started to talk. Someday. Huh? Someday I want to tell you all the things that I can't say. It may make you hate me again, but I don't care. When that happens, will you let me say everything I need to? Yeah. Thanks. And finally she smiled. It was a weak smile, which looks as though it could fade at any second. Hey, Takuru? Hmm? Do you remember the day you woke up after the earthquake? I was really out of it, so not really. But I remember the first thing I saw was you crying. I see. Thinking back, it's kind of strange. Why were you crying? Because I was happy you woke up. Why? Back then you and I were still, well, strangers. Maybe that was true for you, but I'd taken care of you for over a year. You were part of my family. The fragile smile was still on her face. So I know everything there is about you, even the stuff you're too embarrassed to tell the other girls. Stop it. You're not supposed to say that. You're right, sorry, I won't do it again. And then there was another silence. It was as if the two of us were trapped by memories of the past and had forgotten that time even existed. Excuse me? And then time started to move again. Oh, that's right, we missed dinner, I'm sorry. No, I warm it up again. Sorry, Yuki. Uki may or may not have been able to tell what was going on between us, but she left for the upstairs dorm without another word. Takuru, go on ahead. Sure. Oh, Kurusu? As she got up from the bed and headed for the dorm, I called out to her. What is it? Her soft chestnut hair flew upwards as she spun around. As I looked into her beautifully coloured eyes, I was finally able to say it. I don't want to lose any more of my family. How long had it been since I called Kurusu part of my family? Her eyes went wide for a moment, and then suddenly she started to cry. Takuru. So really, don't do this. Don't try and find the killer on your own. If that happened to you, if what happened to you, it happened to you. That's pathetic. I'm not supposed to cry. Fine, I won't. So promise me too, Takuru, that you won't leave me behind and disappear. Yeah. I can't take it. I can't take all this sadness. She probably didn't even know what she was doing. But she ran up to me and buried her head in my chest. Her face in my chest, even. She wrapped her arms around me, as if she refused to let me go. And cried for a long, long time, calling out Yui's name in a tiny voice. Until now, I'd always been bothered by the idea of a family. I thought it was just a heavy, annoying chain that kept me stuck in one place. But I was wrong. Dad, Yui, Yuto, Kurusu, and even Uki now. They were all part of my family. And oh my god, my words all of a sudden. It was only then that it really hit me that Yui was gone forever. And I held Kurusu's frail body tight and cried like a baby for a long, long time. I'm going to end it here. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like in the section below. And if you want to see more of this, do subscribe to the channel as I upload every day. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.